Shout out to Stan the Waz for providing this content. Yeah, thanks, bro. There's definitely something to this. I think that really lexical thinkers who have a certain idea in their head often need you to basically lexically disprove their reasoning in order to change their minds, which can be extremely difficult or time-consuming, especially if it comes up unexpectedly in conversation. There's less room for them to see patterns and things outside their framework for reality. I have sort of a half-baked theory that impressionistic thinkers are basically those people that are more sensitive / directly attuned to the raw form of sensory impressions, whether those be external from one of the body's senses like sight and sound, or internal like some kind of gut feeling or intuition. Lexical thinkers are either less able to see or maybe understand those things directly, unless they fit into some established concept or idea. Of course, everyone anywhere on the chart does a lot of interpretation when parsing sensory input. It's why words can have meaning at all, among many other things. But I wonder if this dimension of neurotyping is basically a difference in how much people rely on that, or something vaguely similar. Anyway, thank you for thinking there's something to my crazed ramblings. I do think that if you want to disprove a very lexical person, you basically have to lexically disprove them. I guess there's something to that, but I think for most people, since we all communicate in lexical terms, I mean, we all have to kind of lexically disprove each other on some level if we want to change another person's mind. But maybe it's more so for lexical thinkers. There's maybe something to that. Difficult or time-consuming. Maybe a more lateral thinker who's like lexical, basically that would mean like they've probably thought about something for a while and they've put it into directly lexical terms. So it's probably really like detailed and specific. So trying to disprove their theory of something can be difficult or time consuming. I definitely see that. But again, I don't know, that may just come down to stubbornness. Yeah, there's maybe something to a lexical person's inability to see things outside their framework of reality. I think that's true for everyone though, right? It's hard for anyone to see outside their own framework of reality. It's just that because a lexical thinker is more defined, right? An impressionistic thinker is less defined, so I feel like they're more willing to be like, yeah, okay, maybe I was fucking wrong. I do think that impressionistic thinkers are definitely more sensitive and or directly attuned to the raw form of sensory impressions. I don't know so much about the body's senses, but I do know definitely like gut feelings and intuition. I definitely vibe with that. I think that's because while everyone works off of impressions, like often, like if you're in a car and you're driving and you hit a patch of ice, usually your body's going to react to the situation by like swerving or hitting the brakes before your brain even knows what's happening. You're reacting to the impression before you lexically know what's happening. I think that's true for everyone. However, I feel like an impressionistic person remembers that feeling, while a lexical person more remembers the translation of that feeling into words. Could be wrong. I feel like we all work with lexemes and impressions on some level. Yeah, and you say that right there, right? Of course, anyone anywhere on the chart does a lot of interpretation when parsing sensory input. That's why words can have meaning at all. True, of course, right? Anyway, thanks for your helpful addition and your engagement. Shout out to Stan the Waz.